Now I'm gonna show the same test as you've seen just before this video, but now I'm doing it at 28 volts input and around 1.1 amps, which is roughly 1100 milliamps, and the RPM is now at 2794, 93, 2792. Let me write that down. So input is now 28 volts at 1.1 amps. RPM is 2792. And now I'm gonna engage the coil only, no coil shorting yet. As you can see, it is open. We're gonna wait for it to drop to its stabilized zone or RPM, and then I will check it. The voltage is still the same, but the milliamps have climbed up a little bit. It is a bit difficult to see on the 3 amp scale, but it is climbing towards the 1.2 amp range. Output is now 10.1 volt DC at almost 120 milliamps. Let me check the RPM. RPM is now 2668. Still decreasing, so let's give it a little bit more time. So it is 2000 and something. Give you another look in the dark. The output is of course better. The input is still 28 volts at, yeah, let's say 1.2 amps, 1200 milliamps. So that's roughly 100 milliamps more. And the RPM is now 2660, 59, 58. Still decreasing. Let's give it just a few more seconds to be sure. The output is now 10.1. It is still a 5 watt load test, as you can see over here. The output is yeah, almost 120 milliamps, so let's say 110 milliamps. RPM is 2658. And that's a drop of 107 RPM. 107 RPM drop. In the previous slower oh, I don't see it anymore. Anyway, have to look that up. Have to view my own video to see that. In the previous lower RPM test, the RPM with only the coil loaded was higher. In other words, the higher I go, the better it gets. Yeah, still the same. Now I'm going to engage the coil shorting circuitry. Gonna connect it here, but let you see it over here. Here it goes. Wow, look at the output. 250 milliamps at 12 volts. But the system is absolutely dropping like crazy. I can hear it slowing down a lot. So that's not a good sign. Even if the output is very good. The input volt is now 27.9, but the input amps is now 1.3 amps, and it looks like it's going for the 1.4 mark. So the output is 11.6 at 220 milliamps. 11.6 at 220. 11.5. That's why I'm waiting a little bit. Let me check that RPM. $2,268. It is dropping, so I'm going to arrive 2,200 and something. Voltage is 11.5 at 220 milliamps. Let me calculate that. This one is 1.1 watts, and the other one is 1. Let me check the RPM. See, it's stable now. 2,261. 60. Yeah, it looks like it is pretty stable over here. 59. Still dropping a little bit. So let's give it a little bit more time. Output is 1 amp and let's say 375 milliamps. And 27.7 volts. Output is now 11.5 at 220 milliamps. Let me check the RPM. $2,257. Yeah, it is more than stable now. 57, 56, 57, 56. Let's go for 2,256. The open RPM was 2,792 minus 2,256 is, ouch. It is a drop of, wait a moment. When I short the coil, or do the coil shorting technique, the RPM drops with 536 RPM. And when I'll just use the coil without the shorting, it only drops with 107 RPM. The output at 107 RPM drop is 1.1 watt. The output with the 536 RPM drop is 2.5 watt. So yeah, I'm gaining double output, but the RPM is 5 times more lower. So no, not really a gain here, not in my case anyway. And I will play with the Hall sensor a little bit, and how you say that, to get the best results, but already did that. So and where it is now, it is the place that gave me the best possible output when it's coil shorting, when it is shorting the coil. Anyway, yeah, there's the input 27.7, sorry, 27.9, 28. The DC to DC convert is like recovering itself, and input is 1 amp 375, sorry, yeah, 75 milliamps. Output is still 11.5 at 220 milliamps. So yeah, it is a good test, but I'm not gonna, I am gonna do a few more tests with it, with the capacitor and so on, but I don't expect much of it. But I have some more tricks off my sleeve I have to try. Anyway, that's all, another story. Thank you for watching. Hope I didn't bore you too much, and hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.